finally done. Time to move on, but not before we sing one final song about this bus and all we've learned. Wait a minute, hit the lights. Hit the lights. That feels like it needs to be the end of the episode, not the beginning. Anyways, meet me back here at the end. We'll finish that song out. We'll do it right. But for right now, this is episode 21, the final episode. Here we go. Ride across this country into the starlight. 12,000 miles, turn back, do it again. No destination, it's just a journey. You were my lover and friend.
This is episode 21, the final video in our build series for bus number 2. We have made it. Before we wrap up this series, we have a full episode for you guys. We finished up a few things this week and gave the bus a good test. We got to have a little bit of fun driving the bus around, having a movie night, and we're going to walk you through all of that and take you along with us. One of the big things to finish up this week was our bed platform. You may have seen in our bus tour video that we have our bed platform on struts. Underneath the bed is the biggest storage area in this bus, and you want to be able to access it easily, conveniently. So there's 2 doors on the front of this compartment, but if you have any larger storage items, you want to just be able to lift up that platform, have it self-support with the struts, and be able to get things in and out. Many episodes back when we showed you how we built our bed frame and mattress platform, we talked about how we coated the wood on top of the mattress frame with a product called Kills Primer. And this is a mold and mildew resistant primer. One of the biggest things you're fighting in these builds is condensation and moisture. Don't think that mold won't happen to you. It happened to us in just a few days' time of not having these preventative measures in place. It will happen. It'll happen quickly. It's not fun. So we put the Kills on the wood platform for the bed. And then our second layer of defense is a product called Dendri. This is a product that goes in between the platform and your mattress, and it's hard little nubs of plastic with a kind of backing on it. So you put that underneath your mattress and it raises it up from the platform, and then in combination with the holes in the platform, it allows ventilation under there. So hopefully, with all these measures in place, you won't have any problems with mold or mildew.
Once we had the Dendri installed on the bed platform, it was finally time to bring in the mattress. So we installed an 8-inch memory foam mattress on here. It's nice and thick, very comfortable, and the look, once that's in the bus, makes it feel like a home. Immediately, it feels so nice, it looks fantastic.
We waited until this point to install the gas struts because in order to hold up this platform and the mattress, they have to be really strong. And to install them, you kind of need weight on top of them to make sure they're working properly and get them to decompress. So now that we had our mattress on top, the Dendri, the platform was installed, the hinges were in there, it was enough weight to be able to start the strut installation. I welded pieces of angle onto the brackets that came with these struts so that it would connect to the bed platform just in a more secure way.
Yeah, once again, this is something you can accomplish a few ways. We had the ability to weld, so we did it, but you can definitely order the brackets, or you could mount a piece of wood and then screw the bracket into the side of that wood just to make that 90 happen. We did that on our bed originally. If you can get the actual bracket, I would definitely recommend it, though. It's going to be a little bit stronger connection, and you can bolt that right to your bed platform, and it's just really secure.
Once again, these struts are under an immense amount of pressure, so you want to make sure that your connection points are as strong as possible. When designing the bed frame, we put 2 crossbars specifically where we knew these struts would need to be installed. Attaching one end of the struts to metal is definitely going to be your strongest connection point, so we placed these there in preparation for installing the struts, and so that other end got screwed right into the bed frame. It is really secure. It's definitely holding in place under all that weight of the strut. Now, you may have seen over the course of all of our videos this hinged part of the bed platform. It's been up and down in all the videos as we've been working under the bed. But once we installed these struts, we decided that there were too many slats in that hinged part of the platform, and it just wasn't as secure as we thought it needed to be. It wasn't as stable. It had a lot of give in it under the pressure of the struts.
Yeah, this is something I actually realized a while ago. We're either going to be re-supporting this platform or replacing it, because while the slat method is great, you can do that, we just put a few too many slats too close.
Yeah.
So it just made the wood have a little too much give. And once we put the struts on there, it really let us know there was way too much give.
Bed platform 2.0. As you may have noticed, our first bed platform had long slats in it, and when we went to install the struts, it was just a little bit too flimsy. It may have been okay, but you may notice that we have some perfectionist qualities around here, so we decided to just redo it, make it a little bit more stable, use a 3-inch hole saw to just do 6 holes. With the dendrite, it should get enough ventilation. The rest of the platform is fine, but just that hinged part with the struts, we wanted to take a second crack at it. So, bed platform 2.0, we're gonna install this baby. Once we installed this new part of the bed platform, it just felt so much better. We felt 100% more confident about this piece of wood. It had a lot more stability, and now we know it's gonna hold up over time of the pressure from those struts.
Now with the new platform on there and the gas struts installed, it's very nice to be able to just pull the handles on your bed platform, and the struts really kind of open the bed for you, and then they hold it. So now you can access any of your really large storage. If you need a place for your disc golf basket, that's the only spot it's going to fit in the bus. And then it closes right down. It's just really nice to have. And with the measures we've taken with treating it with the kills and cutting the holes in and the dendrite, the ventilation should be good to allow any moisture out of there. So there should be no mold or mildew or anything like that.
Next up was fixing a problem that we found with our plumbing. After we got everything up to pressure and we let it sit for a while over several days, we realized that our shower handle valve was leaking behind the wall. It was leaking very slowly, but it was leaking, so that absolutely needed to be fixed. Once we decided we needed to fix it, we realized that the valve really wasn't all that accessible behind the wall. And that's not good, because if you ever want to change that, if it breaks in the future, you want those new owners to be able to get in there and fix it easily and not have to disassemble a bunch of things to get to it.
So in the process of this repair, we remounted the faucet in a way that'd be a little easier to actually pull it off. We made sure that back wall will just be a few screws if you need to access the whole panel. And also we decided we should put a couple shut-off valves there. So if you need to replace the whole faucet fixture, whether it's broken or you want to just put a different one in, you can shut the water off right there and not have to drain your system or turn the mains off. You can just cut it off right before the faucets, cut out the PEX, and put new stuff in.
I think this is a great reminder that you should make parts of your plumbing, electrical, propane system as accessible as you can. It's never good to just wall things up permanently, and then if something breaks in the future, you hope it doesn't, but more than likely at some point something will need to be fixed, and if you have to tear apart half of your build to get to that thing, you're going to be very, very unhappy. So just some shut-off valves, some safeties in place, access panels, it'll go a long way and help you in the future. We fixed all of that plumbing, added the shut-off valves. Now it's more accessible because that wall behind the driver's seat is removable. We added nice trim to it. We added a coat of paint, and Drew wired in an outlet so that you can plug things in while you're driving. The freezer will plug into that outlet. So now it's all buttoned up and it looks really good, but if you need to access those things, you can do that.
Next up, it was time to bring the fridge in the bus and finally install it. There's all kinds of options you could choose from, but we like the method of converting a chest freezer to a fridge. We accomplished that by using an external thermometer control. The system we have is Inkbird. Now, this basically regulates the freezer to kick on and off to keep the temperature at a suitable one for it to be a fridge. We like this method for a few reasons. We've talked about them before. The price point is really nice. The efficiency with the insulation being the level of a freezer. The top loading doesn't let all your cold air out as well. So it's not really kicking on a bunch. So your watt draw overall ends up being pretty low throughout a 24-hour period. Another thing is they tend to come in different sizes and have much more capacity than the 12-volt fridges. So it's really about picking what suits your build.
We put the refrigerator into this sliding compartment that we made for it in the kitchen. We plugged the fridge into the Inkbird into the wall, and put the temperature probe inside of the fridge. We then mounted the Inkbird to the side so that you can see the display and make sure the temperature is correct. We slid the refrigerator in and out, made sure that the heavy-duty drawer slides we installed were holding it up properly, making sure that the slide wouldn't hit the floor when it was fully extended. We did raise it up a bit, and we ended up removing the wheels because it just didn't need it. It was really high off the ground, and so I don't think there's any risk of it sagging and hitting, especially with those heavy-duty drawer slides. It looks really great. It slides really nicely in and out. Everything is very compact. There's an outlet right within that compartment, so everything was buttoned up and it was good to go. A few weeks back, I made these cushion covers, and I think that they turned out really well. But they are just the upholstery foam covered in upholstery fabric, so there's no shape to them besides just the foam. I got this batting from, I think it came off of Amazon, and I'm gonna try to put this into the cushion cover on top of the foam just to make them not look so square and boxy. So we'll see how that goes.
The sweet scent of your skin filled up my lungs with ecstasy. We were so young, maybe 20-something. We were living in a fantasy. I knew right from the start you were the other half of my heart. Ooh, half of my heart. Oh, I could spend every single day staring into your beautiful blue. Every single day, every single hour. We're growing older together now, but I still feel young when I'm with you. I can't believe we were so young, maybe 20-something. We were
In this final episode of our series, we are so excited to announce our last build partner, and that is Moonshade Awnings. They were generous enough to send us one of their awnings to include with the sale of this bus. Our first van came with an awning installed onto the vehicle, and we took that for granted.
Yep.
We had no idea the price of these RV awnings, and when we started to look into it, $1,000 plus awning just was not in our budget. We clocked in at about 3 minutes for setup time, so it's really easy to put up, it's easy to take down. There's adjustable poles on these awnings with tie down so that you can keep it safe in the wind. The shade itself is water resistant, and who wants to pay thousands of dollars for an awning?
Not me.
Moonshade is a more affordable awning that can fit on a wide range of vehicles. It packs up into a little carrying case that we keep underneath our bed, but it opens up to a full 9-foot by 7-foot awning. It has support poles similar to how you would set up a tent.
Yeah, these guys have done a really great job of finding a gap in the market where you're going to be able to get a quality awning at a really reasonable price. And the other thing I love about these awnings is you can set them up any way you want. and then you can change how you set them up. So you can have it coming off the side of your van, bus, truck, whatever it is, or you can flip it the long ways and have it going out even further or off the back of your bus, whatever you want to do. There's all sorts of mounting options with these Moonshade awnings. We like the suction cups because we can put them on our windows and then we can go put them on a different window if we want, but they also have permanent adhesive mounts, they have roof rack mounts, magnet mounts. So whatever your vehicle needs, there will be a mounting option for you.
If you want one of these awnings for your bus, van, overlanding vehicle, truck, SUV, sedan, they go on all different types of vehicles. We have a code for you, Our Way to Rome, and you will get $30 off on the Moonshade website. We will link all that below, so take a look in the description. Now, the last thing to do was to get this bus out of the shop on the open road, give it a good test.
Time to release this beautiful creature out into the world.
Today, we got the bus out of the shop and we are going to take it for a little drive, test out some things, make sure it's handling well.
Yep, make sure I'm not freezing, so the heat's working.
It is cold today, so
Yeah.
we are excited to get that heat on.
Yeah, gonna fire it up. Get this baby moving.
We just pulled into one of our favorite coffee shops. I think that feels like a pretty good bus outing activity, right?
Mateo said he wanted coffee,
So let's go get a coffee. It's like it's you one too. He's a puppuccino. He's afraid of it.
Oh boy.
It's for you, but
Oh, he hates it. Potato.
But I would do it again. Oh, the sweet, sweet man. What a sweet, sweet man. But I would do it all again. Love turns into fear, and it won't just disappear. And I don't know how to get out of this mess we're making here. And you act as if you don't care. In this toxic affair, and it's up to me to do something, but don't make to make it here.
what'd you do, Drew?
Verdict is we made it.
We got this baby weighed. A big thing that we did during this test drive was to get the bus weighed. We know you guys have tons of questions about weight of these vehicles. We've been asked over and over throughout our time making videos. So we really wanted to get the bus weighed and figure out how much the build actually weighed, how much we added to the bus. Now, the GVWR of this vehicle is 12,500 pounds. The weight, when we bought the bus, at least the weight that was listed on the title, so we assume that this is with the seats, the original shuttle bus interior, it was 8,538 pounds. The weight of the bus with full tanks, 2 people in it, and Mateo, he adds an extra 10 pounds.
Oh yeah.
11,380 pounds. Now that is well below the GVWR of 12,500 pounds. If you do the math, the build weighed 2,842 pounds. This is just good peace of mind to know the weight of the vehicle, to pass that information on to the new owners. We're always thinking about weight within a build, but it's very tough to estimate how much a build actually weighs, how much everything you've added with tile and wood, the flooring, how much does that actually weigh? So it's just good peace of mind to get the vehicle weighed and know that you have 1,000 pounds you can add before you're even at that rated capacity for the vehicle. We're here. We're in our pajamas.
Getting ready to give this bus a test movie night. Mateo, wow. Very seasonal of you.
We're ready. I'm ready for movie night.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just put it all behind. Remember you and I would always find somewhere to hide when we were kids, so we could see and hear the water run. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
As you can tell, Mateo loves this spot because it keeps him warm.
This is Mateo's favorite spot in our bus and this bus. Come on. Good job. You ready? You ready for a movie night?
We got some supplies. Get some popcorn fired up. That new bus popcorn smell.
Got the Whirly Pop, the preferred
yeah.
popcorn method. We got some salt, popcorn, and a bowl. Because there's nothing in this bus right now. So
Let's get it rocking.
Gone, gone, gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone. I was hoping you would stay, but I've always known that you would go and find your own way. I still see when we climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, feel the wind and watch the river run.
Mateo is already prepared for the movie. He's secured his spot. So on my phone right now it says 39. Real feels 33. So what is it in here?
68.9 degrees right now. Over by the sink, which is a little bit cooler because it's close to the window. And this on the top is actually in the battery box, which is on the floor, so that's always cooler, the 58 degrees. But the bottom one is the ambient temperature around this device.
But 69 is not too bad.
No, it's pretty warm.
River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're. River's gonna cry when you're gone.
Last step, we gotta get these lights off. Get ready for a little movie mode. And then put the special movie viewing lights on. Oh baby, we don't have those in our bus. Super cool. And this guy. Now we can fire up the projector.
Climbed up in those trees, 12 years old, to feel the wind and watch the river run. And the sun would always shine when we sat there, you and I. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're. The river's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. River's gonna cry when you're gone. It's gonna cry, it's gonna cry. Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up.
this old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.
Dancing slowly in the moonlight beneath the stars that lit up your eyes. The sweet scent of your skin filled up my lungs with ecstasy. I can't believe we were so young, maybe 20-something. We were living in a fantasy. I knew right from the start you were the other half of my heart. Ooh, half of my heart. Oh. I could spend every single day staring into your beautiful blue. Every single day, every single hour. We're growing older together now, but I still feel young when I'm with you. I can't believe we were so young.
We want to say a huge thank you to every one of you who has been here with us every Sunday morning for 21 weeks. This community is such a beautiful, diverse, inclusive space that we are so proud to be a part of. At the end of the day, the best build is the build that works for you. There is no universal best. There's just what's best for you. Do whatever you need to do to get out there and experience the world. Our time here is so short. Don't spend it stressing about a build. Our favorite moments from this lifestyle have been the people we met and the things we experienced. So we want you to get out there too. We don't want you to be stressing about all the intricacies of DIY. We want you to have a beautiful experience on the road.
Yeah, in the end, the whole point of this is just to be adaptive, to be able to do more of the things you want to do, at least in my experience. You know, I've slept in cars, vans, buses, and lived in different variations of all those, from what we have now, which is pretty extensive, to just a mattress and a cooler. So if it's getting you where you want to go and doing what you want to do, that's all that really matters. So whatever you want to put into a build, you put into it. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing, and just accomplish what you want to accomplish. Let it take you there.
Of course, we want to say a huge thank you to my dad, Kevin, who you all know and love now through this series. The bus would not be what it is without his skill and expertise, so of course we want to say a huge, huge thank you to him.
And I'd like to hand out the MVB award, Most Valuable Builder, to Kevin for bringing the quality of this build up just another couple notches.
Thank you to all of you out there, however you are watching. A special thank you to our Patreon community. This has truly been a journey.
It definitely has, and we want to wish you luck on your journey and your adventure, and good luck, and I guess we'll see you when we see you.
Finally done, time to move on, but not before we sing one final song about this bus and all we've learned. No rush to must, problem solving at every turn. If you have them, don't forget to use all your cabin power-ups and power tools. And if you don't, it is fine. There's always another answer for you to
you'll find